So Reformed theology, I can see it can be practical, but I don't need theology. I've got Jesus. That's all I need. What would you say to them?
Well, I have been reflecting of late on Mark chapter 8. Mark chapter 8 and other things, where Jesus says, warns his disciples that they need to be not ashamed of him or of his words. And that's sort of the divide we're in today, that there are all sorts of people who claim not to be ashamed of Jesus, but are ashamed of his words. And the question you posed earlier was very much what Dr. Machen, as someone has already referred to, wrote about 100 years ago in Christianity and Liberalism. The liberals in Machen's day said, we love Jesus, that's all we need, and don't come with all of your doctrine. And Dr. Machen said, you can only love the Jesus truly whom the Bible teaches. And that remains just as true today, that Jesus must not be our invention. The Jesus whom we love must be the Bible, the Jesus that the Bible reveals. And we have to change our attitudes about Jesus and about life and about everything in conformity to what he says. And that's the great message of Dr. Machen's book and what we still need today.
Yeah, I think I would, if someone says that kind of thing, they usually sound a little belligerent. And I think as a non-belligerent, I would try and say as quietly and calmly as I could, who is Jesus? And the moment someone begins to answer that question, you're going to say, well, that's theology. That is your theology. And while we're at it, what you've just said isn't very good theology. You're making up your own theology, and Bob has been speaking about, no, we need to follow Jesus' theology.
That claim, I don't need theology, misses the fact that you've already got theology. You're always doing theology. The problem is, naturally, your theology is messed up. And so your theology needs to be reformed. It needs to be corrected by the Word of God.
Would you join me in thanking these men?